Hey, thanks for joining us here on this Monday morning here on 90s Plus. I'm 90s meteorologist Chris Bianchi, and let's take a look at that forecast, which for today will be in the low 80s for us here in Denver, and this time next week we will probably be well below freezing. It's that time of year. It's October, which means we've got big changes, and it's been a very consistently warm month so far, but that's going to change coming up in the next couple of days, and that's probably our big takeaway, is that things are on the warm side for now. Fort Collins, already night up there. No, I'm just kidding. Of course, that camera looks like it's out, but meantime, for us here in the Denver area, that's more like it. Look at all that sunshine, those beautiful fall colors. By the way, I should mention that we are really in peak right now here in the Denver area. This is peak foliage for us in the Front Range. I'm saying this time last week we were just a little bit shy of it. Looks like right now, based on what I'm seeing right now, looks like we're really kind of in the heart of the fall color peak. And I will mention that if you like those fall colors and you're enjoying the Front Range, what we're seeing right now, get those pictures in, get those Instagram posts done now, because come this weekend, winds will be whipping, and that means those fall colors will probably come tumbling down later on this week. So, with those overall headlines, happy August 100th as for today. We're talking about those temperatures. They'll be in the low 80s once again for us. Lots of sunshine and continuing this pattern of a very warm month so far for us. Gradual cool down this week, and then our first snow of the season looking likely, increasingly likely for this week, and probably Sunday. So if you're heading to that Broncos-Chiefs game on Sunday, in fact, I'll tell you what, I'm actually going to that Broncos-Chiefs game on Sunday. I just texted my buddy that I'm going with. I said, we better dress warm because it is going to be a cold one. AC operator right now, it's quiet. We do have a weak little system that's kind of passing up to our north. That will lead to some intermittent clouds at times for us, especially along north of I-70. But for the most part, we are on the quiet side. That said, the forecast, we do get some cloud cover and some rain and snow mainly into southern Colorado for tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow night. This is with a weak front that'll drop its way on through. That will drop back temperatures a little bit for Tuesday and Wednesday, but it will also lead to some cloud cover and some rain, maybe some snow above 12,000 feet in elevation, way up there in the San Juans and the Senor Cristos. But for most of us, it's just, again, a little bit of light rain activity for us and an occasional rumble of thunder in southern Colorado. Meantime, for today, the story will be those temperatures, 80s for us in the eastern plains, few spots getting close to 90. Again, this is October the 23rd. These temperatures are about 20 degrees above average for this time of year. Very, very unusually warm for us. Low 80s. Our record is 87 in 1973. In fact, that was our latest 85 or above, so that's an unusually warm record, that one from 1973. We're talking about these low 80s. Normally, our last 80 plus of the seasons in early October, so when we're talking about, again, high of 81 for today, this is unusually late for us to be at 80 plus. So if you like that warm weather, I don't know, you're a golfer, today is the day. Get outside and enjoy that warm weather. Maybe the last time we're at 80 plus for the next few months. Winds will be a little breezy at times. That will lead to some a little bit of fire danger for us, especially in southeastern Colorado, where it's a bit windier and a bit drier. But for us here in the Denver area, get some elevated fire danger concerns, but doesn't look overwhelmingly bad in terms of that fire danger for today. Probably a good idea, though, just be careful outside with any sort of sparks outdoors. For tonight, temperatures drop back in the low 40s. It is cool but clear. Tomorrow, we're talking about some of those low 70s, maybe a shower south of the Palmer Divide. Most of us stay dry for tomorrow. 70s for tomorrow. Again, we cool down for tomorrow. We're still, these highs for tomorrow, this is still 10 degrees above average. So this is still way warm for this time of year. Even a few low 80s in southeastern Colorado. Again, we're cooking for the end of October still with these temperatures. Now, I mentioned some big changes ahead. We get into Wednesday, we warm back up into the mid 70s. Then a secondary front arrives on Thursday. Sometime on Thursday, that'll affect our high. So our high on Thursday will be a little wonky. By the time we get into Friday, that's when we get the kind of real deal cold front. Moves through Thursday night is the way it looks right now. Come Friday, that's when we get those temperatures down to, ooh, that is cold. Saturday, 46. And I just nudged down those highs and lows for both Sunday and Monday of next week. We will probably not get to, there's a good chance we don't get to freezing either Sunday or Monday of next week. And of course, Sunday, we got the Bronco game. Next Tuesday's Halloween. Folks, get those sprinklers blown out now. So what's going to happen is we get a very sharp area of low pressure that's going to dive its way through the west. That'll bring us a big cool down. Now, the exact timing of that system is still a big question. Some of the computer forecast models have it as late as Monday or Tuesday. I will say it looks more and more likely to me like this is going to be on Sunday, Saturday, Sunday in that time window. So this weekend, if you're planning ahead, a couple things. One, get those sprinklers blown out now, because some of the computer models have us as low as 16, 17 degrees for the early part of next week. That is getting into trouble territory for those backflow preventers, those sprinklers overall. When you're getting down to about 16, 17, that is trouble, and that's a real possibility for early next week. That's one. Number two, if you're a moron like me and you like the cold weather, you're going to the Broncos game on Sunday, just dress warm. So that's another thing. Dress warm for the Broncos game coming up on Sunday. Any outdoor activities Saturday, Sunday, it looks very, very cold. And number three, Halloween is next Tuesday. It looks very cold for Halloween on Tuesday. So if you got some group texts going about where you're going to be for Halloween, just say, hey, the weather guy said make it a warm Halloween costume, because it looks very chilly for your Halloween next Tuesday. I would say the computer models are still kind of figuring that out, but I don't think it'll be warmer than, say, 35 or 40 degrees on Halloween night, and it could be as cold as 15 to 20 degrees. So plan on a warm Halloween costume. Trust me, you'll thank me later. I mentioned this last week, too. Those signals are pretty strong that it's going to be a cold Halloween. So, again, top line takeaways, warm, pretty tranquil for most of this week. Maybe a stray shower south of the Divide tomorrow afternoon, not a big deal. And then as we get into Wednesday, warms back up again. Thursday night, the cold front arrives. So we are kind of pretty tranquil through Thursday. Friday, we're pretty cold. Saturday, Sunday. Again, timing is the big question to me, but it looks like it's going to be cold and potentially snowy this weekend. Though it doesn't look like, we're not talking about, 5-6 inches of snow. We're talking about maybe a slushy inch or two. That's the way it looks to me right now for some time between Saturday and Monday. So again, the timing to me is the biggest question, but it will get very cold, and it looks likely, increasingly likely, that we'll see at least some snow here in the Denver area. And that, by the way, Taylor Swift, if you're watching, you're heading to the Bronco game on Sunday. That means that I think that Sunday Bronco game does look pretty likely. We'll be dealing with some snow sometime around the game. So, again, it's a Colorado weather forecast for you here, folks. It's going to be 80 today, and this time next week we'll probably have some snow on the ground. So welcome to Colorado here if you're new to town. All right, on more details on all this coming up 9 News at noon and at 2 p.m. here on 9 News Plus. Tomorrow, Chief Meteorologist Kathy Sieben in at 4 and 5, and Meteorologist Danielle Grant in at 6, 9, and 10 tonight on the 9 News Family Networks. Of course, we'll be tracking all this very, very closely for you. Once again, I'm 9 News Meteorologist Chris Bianchi. Have a great rest of your Monday.